Alright, I just lost my job. I don't know what to do. Alright, it's a new challenge. Let's go and face it. Who doesn't like challenges, huh? Yeah, I should like challenges. Right now I'm going to go and look for a job, and I take you with me. If you wonder how to find a job during pandemic in Vietnam, stay tuned. Let's go and
Remember to use timestamps to jump into interesting part in the video.
let's go see. We are at a very beautiful place. As you can see, it's so green and beautiful. And I have my computer with me, and I'm going to start this job search. Job search number 1000 million. Yeah. Actually, I cannot say that the job search in general is a pleasant thing, because a job search is a job, and you have to really put a lot of efforts to find the job and to prepare for interview, to do a research on the company, to prepare maybe for questions they must ask, or prepare to impress them, and everything like this. So for sure, I don't know how it is for everyone, but I'm a extremely responsible person, so I prepare for every my interview, and I have to prepare all my documents. I have to go through my CV, correct everything. I don't know, every time I open my CV I have something to correct. Let me tell you what you need to find a job in Vietnam. I just make a little remark here, because I'm going to talk more about if you look for a job in teaching. Because if you look for a job not in teaching, but for example you want to work as an engineer or pilot, or maybe you want to be a fashion model, anything, you can also look for this kind of jobs, and I will just tell a little bit how you can do it. But I work in teaching, and I may be not as advanced in other professions, but I will try to give as much information as I have. So the first one is your CV. You have to have your resume with all information about you and about your education. It's very important, and about your teaching experience, or about your experience. The next thing is cover letter. And as I do every time, I have a formal, very formal cover letter, which I just attach together with my CV. And I also have email cover letter, which I usually type it into email body. They are both a little bit different, but they both emphasize all my qualifications and everything I'm good at, kind of. And then the next part is your certification. So if you work in teaching, then you have to attach your TEFL or CELTA or TESOL or any other teaching certificate. Then you have to attach as well your bachelor degree. So the minimal for teaching in Vietnam, usually, I don't know, maybe I know some people who don't have a bachelor degree and they still have jobs. But if you don't have a bachelor degree, it won't be as easy if you do have. And if you have any other certifications, then they are also might just help you to impress your future employer. I do have a Montessori certificate. I also do have a certificate in child psychology as well as in adult psychology, and I did all of these certifications because I wanted to improve and develop as a professional teacher, if it makes sense, kind of a thing. The next thing I want to talk, and it's not really a pleasant thing to talk about, and it's but unfortunately it's true, and what happens here in Vietnam everywhere. You just cannot avoid it. I always and always meet with it, and it's actually very frustrating. Is that here in Vietnam they value a lot native speakers. It's a little bit sad for me because I'm not a native speaker. I don't hold an American or British or Australian passport, any of those. I don't have this advantage. Although I have a lot of passion to teaching, and as I already mentioned, I have a lot of certifications together with my Cambridge teaching certification, because I wanted to know more about child psychology. I wanted to teach children. It was my big great passion since I had my CELTA certificate. I wanted to work with children, so I did psychology certification, child psychology certification. I did Montessori because I wanted to learn more about methodologies and approaches and everything like this. So I do have all of those certifications, and I had a story when I first time came to my company to introduction training. I met another teacher who was employed together with me, and we started talking, and he said, I was just traveling here, and then pandemic hit, and I didn't know what to do, and my friend told me, you can work as a teacher. And he's like, okay, what I need to do? And he took this TEFL course online. It took him a few days, and he started working. He has bachelor degree. He has no teaching experience. He just did this short TEFL course. He is employed together with me. He's sitting next to me at this introduction training, and he is allowed to work with children. I mean, it's a great opportunity for people who really want to come to Vietnam and just explore the culture and maybe stay here for a year or two and then go to another place because they want to travel. But at the same time, for people like me who don't really want to travel and not passionate about it, I'm passionate about teaching, I'm passionate about settling down, staying here, build my family. If you are a native speaker, you have all the cards. If you are not a native speaker, then it might be a little bit more challenging.
It's time to start looking for a job. Let me show you what I do. First, I'm going to go through all my contacts. For the past 2 years, I built a quite big contact base, and I just can let all the HR agents know that I am open for new opportunities. The next thing is to search online. I have a folder here which is called Career, and in this folder I have all the websites that are related to job search anyhow. So it starts with 2 TEFL links. They are pretty empty, so I will not go there. LinkedIn already done yesterday, and This one is very important, Vietnam teaching jobs and Vietnam works. There are two main websites for me for now. Then you also have other links. They are mostly Chinese online teaching. ESL World is also a very nice website for international jobs and for online. This is just a website for non-native online teachers. Indeed.com online. Those two are schools in Ho Chi Minh. I wanted to apply again online. It's just a website if you want to find a job in Australia. This one is Thailand. This one is a very interesting website. You can upload your CV and the website will tell how much you're worth on the market. There are many options in language centers and international schools. Facebook is a really huge thing here in Vietnam. You can find a job on Facebook easily. People post a lot of adverts every day and there are a lot of groups that you can find on jobs in Vietnam.
Alright, so I spent a lot of time applying. Mostly I just went through all my messages on Zalo and I texted everyone who I knew, all the HR agents on Zalo. Then I did the same for LinkedIn and for Facebook. Actually, Facebook is quite empty at the moment. Not many openings right now, and there are a lot of openings in the north of Vietnam, but not in the south. So I'm not sure what will happen, but I hope I'll find something in Ho Chi Minh. I found something. I just got an email invitation for interview tomorrow at 1 p.m. I just finished my demo. They gave me nice feedback. They said they enjoyed my lesson and they also gave me some very useful tips that I will use. Actually, there are many stages. They said the first stage will be interview, the second is demo with the agency, the next one will be interview with the school, and the last one will be demo with the school. So there are 4 stages maybe, I don't know, there are so many. And this job is not in Ho Chi Minh, it's in the province about an hour or 2 away from Ho Chi Minh. It's called Tay Ninh. And they are offering quite a good salary, and other conditions are also quite interesting. So I'm quite excited about it, truly. But I'm already back to my application process. I already found a few other adverts on Facebook, and my plan, one more plan that is very useful in searching a job in Ho Chi Minh,
is to apply directly to schools and go to their website, go to career section and apply there, or find, or if they have openings that they might post it on their website, as well as I can call them and say that I'm a teacher, I live in Ho Chi Minh, do you want to hire me? And they might say yes, send I'll see your CV. Sometimes it happens. Yeah, so I'm back to my application process, and when I get anything more interesting, I'll come back to you. Guys, remember I just told you that I finished my demo lesson and I'm waiting for my 3 next steps as I was told, and I just received an email with the job offer. I was offered the job after my demo. Oh God! Salim, are you happy? Come baby. Are you happy for me, my baby? Are you happy, Daisy? Are you happy, baby? I really haven't expected that. I was thinking I would have another interview with the school and another demo lesson with the school. I didn't think that I will get the job offer so quickly, like the same day. Not even the same day, it was like 2 hours after, or less than 2 hours, 1 hour after. Wow. Sally, can you believe this? Can you believe this? Oh, I cannot believe this. Okay, it's good news, right? It's good news. And probably I have to move to and I'm taking with me. And probably I will have a house in there. Okay, so after reviewing the offer, I understood that this salary is not exactly what I requested. That's why I'll have to negotiate this point with them, and I will see how it goes. I'm going to tell Cole, let's see what he says.